Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and explain to you the joints of the foot. I'm going to do my best to hold this in place and try to point to things at the same time. As you can see here, I have the foot divided into the forefoot, the midfoot, and the hind foot. And you can kind of see each of the bones there. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you each joint. We can start with the subtalar joint, which is the articulation of the talus to the calcaneus bone, and it's also known as the talocalcaneal joint. And within that joint, it allows the movements inversion and eversion of the foot, which I'll show you later. We also have the transverse tarsal joint, which on here is the lime green, and that involves two different joints. That involves the calcaneocuboidal joint, which is the calcaneus and the cuboid, and the talocalcaneonavicular joint, which is the talus to the navicular. Third, I'm going to explain to you the tarsometatarsal joint, which on here is the dark green, and there are one of those at the base of each metatarsal bone, and then the metatarsal phalangeal joint, which are between the metatarsal bone and the proximal end of the phalanges. So on here they are labeled by the blue, so there's 5 of them, 5 articulating areas. It allows flexion of the toes, extension of the toes, abduction of the toes, and adduction of the toes, and I'll show you guys those movements. We next have the proximal interphalangeal joint, which is a hinge joint, and that is labeled by the red. There are 5 of those, 1 on each phalange on the red. And then lastly, we have the distal phalangeal joint, so that is not present on the hallux or the first metatarsal, the first phalange. They're only present on 2 through 5.